Hey everybody, welcome to It Came from Tubi. So this is the show where we watch Tubi originals because Tubi's a great site, but they also make originals, and we've decided that it is our job to watch them. So this week we have the Manny. So I didn't even know what a Manny was until I saw this, but apparently it is a thing because there's another movie on Tubi. It's not an original, but it's called like the Manny Romance or something like that. No, Falling for the Manny, which looks like a Hallmark movie or something. And then there's like this Mexican series called The Manny about a Mexican Manny. So Manny's a
Is it
thing.
about a Mexican Manny or is it
Yeah,
about a guy named Manny that's Mexican?
no, it was a little confusing because I read the synopsis and it was like, well, she finds a nanny called Gabby that she thinks is the best, but then it ended, and I was like, "What? That's not a man." But but the trailer, he was a dude. So um, a Manny is a thing, Jared, and they made a Tubi movie about it. So let's get started. So this is our well, he's not our hero, but he's our Manny. And I always forget his name, and it's starts with an M, and it could be
Morgan.
it's a Morgan. There you go. It looks like he's by a discount tire or something. Not a discount, but that other tire store. And look at he put like Christmas lights for his little.
He's a Manny.
He's a man. He's a, he lives in a pretty nice loft in this rundown area, living the life. This was his old family, and we see a flashback. And do I have that?
That picture is almost like flush with the back, like the back of the.
The book.
But later on, he shows how he does it, and he folds tape. You make a little
So
circle, and then like it'd be like
that
hanging off.
that picture also looks really fake.
Yeah.
It's like photoshopped. So this is Rebecca, and she's like, "Yeah, I found out about you. You stay away from my son." And he's like, "Rebecca, no."
Mm.
He's like, "I can explain," and he doesn't. But we see some dead feet, and he's like digging a grave. So right off the bat, we know this Manny is kind of shady. Look at the.
That was
Well,
weird. It's like Brady Bunch.
I know it looks like a sitcom. Da-da-da. The Manny. So he's looking for his next family, and he finds Alana and Jalen. And she's kind of a influencer like that one movie about Christmas. She makes YouTube
Tubi keeps
videos,
doing this too with his YouTuber moms.
YouTuber moms. And she cooks with the kid, and they teach you what does she say? Easy recipes that look hard but are actually easy is her thing. So he's like, "Yeah, I like that family, and she's gorgeous." And so he tapes her on the book.
What
I
a
would
waste
say
of a book. There's no way he's filling out all those pages.
he's a good nanny, Jared. So we meet Mercedes. She's kind of Lana's assistant, does all the work. Um, has asthma,
Which they
and
oddly focused on. They're like,
they talk about how she's about to sign a contract to get a real show where she doesn't have to be on YouTube, I guess, and she can be on a set because she's tired of doing it from her house. And they're like, "That's pretty cool." And then she's
they
like,
always do that too. They're always like, they're gonna like sign up with this big company,
"They
these
don't,
YouTubers,
they're about to make it."
but then they continue to do YouTube or like they don't go on to do anything else. So I'm like, what are you doing,
and
Tubi?
and they're like, how's the search for the nanny going?" And she's like, "Oh yeah, we got some." And how do you feel about a manny, a
She's
male
like, you're
nanny?
stupid. Only women.
And she's like,
Duh.
No, we're not doing that." And so they're committing a crime because you can't not hire her on the base of sex, but they're doing it. She's all, "No men." um, so he's taking notes in his book. Son loves the sharks. Recently divorced. Pet peeve is being late and cooking show host. So he watches one of their shows. And Jalen takes her line and she says, "Hey, that's my line." And Morgan doesn't even laugh. He doesn't even say that's cute or anything. He's just like, okay.
Because it's stupid
And then
and fake.
he gets a notification and they say your application has been denied. And he's
They
like,
said,
"Oh,
ew, you're a man.
yeah, you. We don't accept
Gross.
men." And he's like, he doesn't take no for answer though. This is Shannon. She's the bestie neighbor. And she's like, "Why aren't you dating your boss?" And she's like, "Cause that's unprofessional." And she's like, "Dude, just date your boss."
She's like, date as much as humanly possible.
Yeah. And she's like, hasn't it been it's been a year, I think, right? This
Yeah.
is it recently, but it's been a whole year. I guess that's not a lot, but and she tells her to date as much as possible. And then she goes outside and Morgan's there and she's like, "Hello." And she's like, "You can come guard at my house any day." He's like, "Geez, I'm just here for a job."
I don't like how he has. I don't like when people do the bag like that.
No,
I like it over the neck.
he's a nanny.
That looks dumb.
It's a Pampers.
It's a
So
sexual.
she lets him in the house, and Jalen's like, "Who you think
Who
it's?
the
Yeah,
F are you?
who are you?" He's got this real deep voice for
He's
a
like
kid.
he's like two. Dylan's like 18. Sounds like a child, like a baby. This kid's like, "Hey man, what you doing here?"
And he's like, "I'm the nanny."
He's like,
No,
"You like basketball?"
yeah. He's like, "What's your favorite sport?" He's like, "Basketball." "Who do you like?" And he's like, "The Sharks." And he's like, "Oh, I love the
My
Sharks.
God.
Sharks all the way." And then I think they talk about video games or something. I don't remember. There's something else he likes. And then she's like, "Who the heck are you?"
I said it, no men.
Yeah, and we denied you. And he's like, well, first they say like I'm Morgan, and you probably thought I
Pe
was a girl.
People
But
usually think I'm a girl because of my name.
yeah, which doesn't make sense because they already denied him, even though his name was Morgan. I was a little confused about that. And he's like, I'm really good. Give me an interview. Just get to know me, man. And so she's interviewing him, and at one point she's like, "I'm on to you," and he's like, "Oh no." She already knows, but she's actually talking to the son who was like sneaking around. And then she's like, "Oh, I'm so stressed and I got headaches all the time. I can't eat chocolate because chocolate gives me migraines." And he's like, "Have you ever tried peppermint oil?" And she's like, "Did
Which
he?"
doesn't work. I've done the peppermint like essential oils.
Hmm.
It doesn't help with
You
headaches.
gotta rub it on your wrist, Jared. So he
I don't need some big strong man rubbing it in my wrist.
so he starts rubbing it
That's not
on
my
her.
head. I got a headache.
He does that too. He starts rubbing all over her with the oil, and she's like,
This
"Ooh."
okay, I'm gonna start already. Like he could have probably done this plan if he
That's what
took
I
it
was thinking the whole time.
if he just took it a little slower, but he's like already like trying to kiss her right
I
here, just
know.
like
That's exactly what I was like. I hate this movie for making me think that I could be a better stalker than this guy is. Oops. And so Darren walks in and he's like, "What the heck?" And he's like, "Oh, this is the guy interviewing for the nanny." He's like, "That
he's
guy
like,
is way too sexy to be a nanny."
do you also model? Cause
Yeah,
dang, oh my,
you're so
ooh,
hot. Oh, I think he was a little into him. So this is her ex-husband. Uh, they said they broke up because he like doesn't like kids or
he's
something.
neglecting Jalen.
Yeah, he wasn't really into kids. And so they argue, and he's like, "You cannot hire this handsome man." And she's like, "Well, you're never here for us." And then Mercedes comes. Oh, he's helping Jalen with the math. And she's like, "What are you doing?" He's like, helping him with the math. And she's like, "I'll do that." She's like, "You leave." And he's like, "But the interview." And she's like, "No, you get out of here." Mercedes does not like him at all.
Yeah, she was a bit annoying. I was like, because he's right. The mom said he should do it, and she's like, I'll do it.
Yeah. And then Morgan's
Also,
like,
look at that outfit, dude. Look, what the heck? She's got like these squares with the horizontal stripes. What the? That's a terrible outfit.
And so they're planning to go to the cabin. I don't remember why they're going to just to rest or something. And Darren was supposed to take Jalen so she could go to the cabin by herself because she's all, man, I need to get away from Jalen.
I want to hook up with my boss at the cabin.
yeah, I just gotta ditch that stinking kid and I gotta sign the contract. But then Darren's like, oh, I can't go. I changed my mind.
He's like, actually signing a contract. This is great for my career.
So she's all disappointed. And Morgan's like, I can go. Pick me. I'm over here. And they're like, no, that's okay.
They're
And
like, we haven't hired you.
yeah, and they're pretty much like, get out of here. We'll call you later. Um, and then this guy, what's this guy's name?
Uh,
I just forgot. Zachary.
yeah, Zach.
Zach. Okay, so this is her boss. And he shows up with flowers and he's like, hey, want to go on a date? And she's like, well, I was going to go, but I got to take Jalen to the cabin because Darren bailed. And he's like, oh, man. And she's like, I don't want Jalen to know about us, so get out of here. Because he's like, well, maybe I'll order some pizzas and we can all eat pizza. But she's like, no, I don't want him to know about you. So it kicks him to the curb the whole time he's watching.
And he's
Morgan's
just
like,
like, oh.
it's like, "Urgh." Okay. So we follow Mercedes home, and she has a Murphy bed that she doesn't like because she can never get the stupid thing down. And right away, I'm thinking,
She can never lock it back up.
oh, is that what it is? I was just thinking, oh, that Murphy bed's gonna come into play. And we see some strange feet
What the
out.
heck is that cooking oil? It's like water.
I know, extra light tasting, Jared. So we get some strange feet in front of her door or in her building, and the
He
mist.
he could have killed like 80 people. How many people are in that building?
Wasn't there someone else? Well, someone just walked out.
Yeah.
So he pours cooking oil all over the steps and the railing. And Mercedes comes out to pick up a pack. She's ooh, Amazon. And he rings the bell and she comes out and she takes a tumble. Mercedes
But you
down.
know if Amazon delivers something, why would she even like
I know. It would say, "Hey, I'm 10 stops away." Me, I don't know. She's not very good at her job. So they're checking the references of the Manny because the friend Shannon's there with her, and she's like, "You gotta be a good mom and check up on him." So they call, but she's also, "You gotta hire this kid like right now." They always call him a kid.
he's
You,
hot?
he's hot. You gotta hire him, or someone's gonna
Even
take
though they
him.
refer to him as a kid.
I know. He's some sickos.
They call this random doctor. They're like, what do you
Yeah,
feel about this Manny? And he's like, dude, he's the best.
yeah. He's like, "Oh, I'm surprised he needs a job, and he's the best, and he really helped my kid." And they're like, "Dude, he's so good." So the Manny's pumping
With
some
these little
iron.
5 pounders.
Pumping some iron. He's buff, Jared. That's how he stays buff. So they call him the "You got the job," and he's like, "Yes."
He's like, of course I did.
So they go to the cabin. Look at this cabin. It's kind of flat. Where's the mountains? Jalen's like running around and he trips, kind of fake, and he's like, "Dude, you gotta watch it. Be careful. Safety first." And then he like sends him out into the forest by himself.
Go play with that bear
Yeah.
and talk to your mom real fast.
So we get some family bonding time with the
They're like
Manny.
holding hands. He's already
I
like grabbing her. I'm like, dude.
know. They take a selfie. Like, who does that with their nanny? um, and he like makes cinnamon. Oh, he's out here chopping wood with. He's like Captain America chopping wood with the shirt off, and she's like, "Ooh." She's over ogling him. He's over here in his trunks, and she's like, "Ooh."
I know he's like wearing trunks to bed. It's weird.
I know. And then he gets up in the morning, he makes
I'm making
breakfast.
cinnamon rolls.
Yeah, and he's like, "Can you do me a favor and take out my cinnamon rolls?"
Me and Jalen are gonna go hiking. And she's like, okay.
She's like, "Yeah, I'll take out your cinnamon rolls." um, so she talks to Shannon and she's like, "How's it going?" And she's like, "He's really hot and I can't stop
I
ogling
saw him in
him."
his boxers, and she's like,
Yeah.
"Oh my God."
He's like, yeah, girl. She's like, I can't talk about this. I'm busy. And
No, they
then,
came in, and she's like, I
yeah,
gotta hang up."
yeah, he walked in and he's like, who's Derek or something like that? And she's like, that's that kid you were taking care of before. He's like, oh, yeah, there's so many. I forget about them. Uh, and then she's like, it's the
He's
end of the
baking
day.
cookies.
Yeah, baking cookies, and he's got some wine. And he's like, "You want some more?" And she's like, "Nah, I had enough." And she's like, "No, you want some more?" And he gives her
You've
more.
been working hard. You need more. He just gives her the
Yeah.
bottle. Just drink from this. Just
And then he's like, "I'll have some too." And then he tells her his backstory, which was his. She's like, "Why are you a Manny?" And he's like, "I had a mom." And no, he thanks her for making him feel welcomed or part of the family or something like that. And he's like, "I had a mom, and she was dating this real jerk who, you know, didn't want me to be number one in her life, so he killed her or something. He was like jealous of him or something like that." She's like, "Oh,
just
that's
slapped me around and then killed my mom or something like that.
yeah." And then they smooch, which is kind of weird.
All that wine, dude. That
But
one glass. Ghosty.
it wasn't. She didn't even. I don't know. He just like went in for the kiss. There was no like like magnetism or anything. He's just like, I'm gonna kiss that girl. So he does, and they kiss a couple times, but then she's like, "Whoa, that was really
This is
inappropriate."
unprofessional. Even though she's
Yeah.
done it like twice already, she's like,
And then she's trying to date her boss. Man, that's all she does is unprofessional things. So she's like, "You can't stay here.
"We're
Uh,
leaving tomorrow.
yeah, we gotta leave tomorrow, and I gotta fire you
You're
because
disgusting,
that
Manny."
was disgusting. Look what you made me do. You made me fall to my lust." So they wake up and the car's not working conveniently. Um,
She's like, "Is it the battery?" He's like, "I don't know. I don't know cars.
yeah, so they got to call
I'm a
AAA.
Manny, not a mechanic."
They got to call AAA, but he's like, maybe I'll make you guys breakfast while we wait. And he does. What are they? It's like cinnamon rolls again or something
He
like
makes
that.
more cinnamon rolls.
Yeah, and the kid's like, "Can we have this every morning?" Well, apparently, yes. And they start talking, and he's like, he brings up Zach, and the kid's like, "Who's Zach?" And
Oh,
she's
that's
like,
just your mom's boyfriend.
"Yeah."
He
He
says it like that too, like a brother like telling on the mom or something.
and Zach's like, "What?
There's
You
no
never
secrets
told?"
between us. We don't lie.
Yeah. So he
And
went
then
to
he
the
runs to the
room,
room
and she's like, "Open this door. You know the rules. No locked doors." And he's like, "You broke the rules. You lie." Pretty good argument, kid. Um, so she gets mad at the Manny, and she's like, "Well, look what you did, man. You made everything worse."
and
And she's like, "Can you
he's like,
go?"
"Well, maybe you shouldn't date your bosses."
Yeah. So, or your employees. So maybe you should be professional. So he goes in and he tries to talk to the kid. He bribes him with some gum.
Like a stick of gum. He's like,
Yeah.
"Your mom can't. I know your mom doesn't let you chew gum, but even if he never had gum, it's not like you'd be like, oh man, I'll do anything for gum."
Yeah. Yes, I will keep secrets from my mom.
I mean, like, it's a stick of peppermint, dude. I don't care.
It's a spearmint. Um, so they make this. They're like, he's like, let's make a club, the Secrets Club, where we tell each other the truth, and we have no secrets. Jayla's like, yeah, that sounds pretty good. So he goes and he says sorry to his mom, and she's like, thank you. And then Zach shows up, much to the Manny's dismay. He's just like, "Urgh." And Zach's like here, and she's like, I called Zach to come pick us up because I didn't want to have to wait for with you and
Because the man, he's being a perv, so
your
we got to get
stupid
out of here.
your stupid sexy body. So we gotta get out.
Zach does like a magic trick at
Yeah,
Jalen. He does the whole ear coin thing.
yeah. And Jay's like, how'd you do that, man?
Oh yeah, yo man, how'd you do that? And then he's
He's
like,
like,
"Oh, I can teach
magic.
you."
Yeah.
Look at it's like he's seen like the devil or something. He's like, "What the hell?"
It's like, what is this dark art? And then she does this. She's like, look, you're a good kid, but I gotta get another Manny. This ain't working.
That guy's rich. You're a Manny.
Yeah, and he gets Morgan's like a kid. So Zach drives him home, and then she like he goes into the house, right? And then they have this most awkward drink of your like of movie history where she's like, "You want a drink?" He's like, "Sure," and he takes the bottle, and she's just like staring at him, and he's like, "Should I drink or not?" It's weird. It was really awkward. Um, so he's like, "Maybe I should go," and she's like, "Yeah, maybe you should, because I won't keep it professional." Because I just got divorced, and she gives him the whole speech. Mercedes, she's called because it's the next day, and they got a shoot plan, and
And the prosciutto's
the
bad.
prosciutto's bad, and Mercedes like, okay, I'll go pick it up. You
Can't do nothing, lady. Jeez.
stinking boss, I'm crippled. Uh,
He's like, I'm sorry, I baked you a pie.
I got a nice pie. So Morgan shows up with the pie, and she's like, oh, thanks. And she's like writing him his last check. He was there to pick up his last check. So she's like, you know what? Maybe we'll give you a second chance. You and
Well,
your.
he's like, maybe I'm gonna do what you
Oh,
said of
yeah.
going to culinary school, but I can't afford it right now, so
I got to save some
maybe in a
money.
year or two when I can afford it.
And she's like, that sounds like a great idea because it was my idea.
Mm.
Because she told him to be a baker. And he's like, I love being a manny. Um, but she's like, oh, I'll give you and your hot body a second chance. He's like, so they hug. And Shannon comes in, the neighbor, and she's on a special diet where she can only eat smoothies and pie. So he cuts her some of the pie, and for some reason, he starts making her a smoothie.
Because she just started her diet. You can't ruin it now.
So it's like making her a smoothie with like bananas and
Blueberries.
this part was funny because she's leaving, right? So she turns around, but then this like dubbed voice, you could tell they did it like after AR, so it doesn't like sound like it's in the room, but she's like, "Can you toss the meat out?" So it's like the director's like, "Oh shoot, we forgot to mention the meat again," or something.
Mm. They're
So
gonna think that's fresh, delicious prosciutto going in the shake.
yeah, so it's like we gotta make sure we get this fake line in there. So he does. He puts
That
the
looks like fresh, delicious.
yeah.
It doesn't look like it's discolored at all or
I know, like stinky.
like it's going bad.
Usually it gets real dark, right? Um, so he puts the prosciutto in the smoothie, and they're like,
Because she was scheduled to watch Jalen tonight. But
yeah.
he's like, look at my devious plans.
And she's like, "This is the best smoothie I've ever
Oh,
had."
and this is where Shannon talks to him about the dating apps that young people are
Yeah, it's
on.
weird. She just brings it up. She's like, "I'm on this app. It's called like Bond Me or something." I'm
And
like, "What?"
you're like, you obviously know where that's going. And
Yeah,
I, five is, what's his name? I'd be like, yeah, you're right.
and she's
I'd be
like,
all
"Oh,
for the neighbor, dude. I'd be like,
you're young, so you're all into this hookup culture and stuff like that." He's like, "No, not really. I'm just a manny."
dude, man, you just go with the neighbor.
She's not gorgeous like what's her name. So this useless cripple comes with her asthma and her broken leg.
Again, they focus on the inhaler. I was like, I thought she would die that way.
No, man, I told you. You get the
No
food
one
in the
thought a
bed.
stupid bed because it's even.
So they're setting up for the show, and he helped her, and Lonnie's all impressed. He's
This
like,
is where they call
"Oh,
him Handy Manny.
yeah, handy manny." And Mercedes still hates him because he's like, "Oh, you wanted me to go fix your bed?" And she's like, "No, I don't want that." Uh, so what the heck is this part, Jared?
He's making a fake account, like dating app account for Zach, so he can fake that he's on there, so he can break
Okay,
them up.
yeah. So he didn't put much effort into it because there's no passions or job titles. So she's about to leave on her date, and Zach comes in and is like, "Ooh, you look fine." She's like, "Okay." Uh, he takes off his expensive handmade jacket that he just got made and puts it right next to the slime, the
I know what
monster
it.
slime.
Who brought that?
The kid, he was playing with it
Oh,
outside at one scene. So he puts the jacket next to there, and Morgan's like cleaning up, but then he sees the jacket in the monster slime, and he's like, "I got an idea." Oh yeah, Morgan was gonna teach him another trick, and he's like, "Have
not
you ever?"
Morgan.
Or not Morgan. Zach's like, "Have you ever seen The Matrix? You want to bend spoons?" He's like, "Yeah." So he teaches him how to bend spoons. He's like, "Look, Mom, I bent a spoon with my mind."
And she's like, yeah, that's stupid.
And Zach starts going, "What? This is my coat that I just got made, and it's a mess."
I like when Manny comes in, he's like, I know a good dry cleaner. I can take it in the morning. He's like, I can take it myself.
And she's like, she blames the kid, and she's like, "I didn't do it," and she like sends him to his room, and he
Which
tells,
is dumb because none of these people, like these adults, should blame the kid because he was learning magic with
"Yeah, who's Zach?"
Zach. At most, it could be like, oh, it tipped over onto the jacket.
Because
But
she
he's just
told him to
like,
put his stuff away, so I guess
yeah,
she's just. And she tells him no brownies allowed because he's got to learn his lesson. And Morgan gives him a brownie, which he eats with the
he's
bent
like, do you like
spoon.
that? You like that brownie?
You like that brownie? He's like, "I don't think I'm allowed to have brownies for dinner." And he's like, "Well, that's our secret." Who says? So he's like, "I like Zach," and he's like, "No, you don't. Zach's a bad guy."
Let me tell you a little story about
Yeah, he tells him the story about
stepdads and
his,
stuff.
yeah, and that they're bad, and that they won't put him number one is the thing. They won't make the kid number one. They'll always make you number two. Um, he has a flashback to his mom, and he's like, "Mommy, no, I can save you." Sounds like this fake kid voice in like cartoon.
Oh yeah,
So
that was weird.
Lonnie comes back from her date, and she goes to her room, and Morgan's just laying there in his trunks again.
Does does he say why he's laying there like that?
Yeah, because he's like, "Oh, I thought this was the guest room." Because she's like, "You can stay in the."
Uh,
He's like, "Oh, I thought this was a guest room." She's like, "No, this is my room." So he also tells her that there's been a break-in. He's like, "Don't worry, but there's been a break-in at the Yellow House." She's like, "Oh
the
no,"
Olivers.
and he's like, "I think I should move in." She's like, "No, I don't want you living here."
I don't even really want you working here, but
Yeah, but he's like, "I should move in to keep you safe." So she goes to bed. But then the sexy trumpet playing starts, and Manny walks in, and it was just a dream, though. She starts making out with him, but it was all just a dream. And she's like, "Oh my goodness, my lust."
I saw him in his trunks.
So Mercedes and her, they got plans. They got to go over the bills and stuff. Well, this part she's,
Payroll or something like that.
yeah, this part though, she's signing the contract and it's ready
Oh
to be
yeah.
signed. But then Manny like walks in, can't remember why. He's like interrupts her. And Mercedes like, "Hey, oh,"
No,
he
they were
starts
walking in
putting,
there and he's like, because they
he's
hear a drill and they're like,
yeah,
what
she's
the
like,
heck
"What
is
was
that?
that?" And he's like putting these cameras up all over the place. And she's like, "Hey, this is my house. You can't just put cameras." And he's like,
But you're
"But,"
not safe.
and he's like, "Ah, that's fine. I can do that." And she's like, "Oh yeah, you're right." And, Mercedes is like, "Hey, I need your social security number so I can, do payroll
And he's like,
stuff."
what? What? Why do you need that?
She's like, "Oh, insurance reasons." And he's like, "Oh, I don't need insurance. I'm buff and
I'm
strong."
obviously in shape, he says. And then she's like, it's for liability, idiot.
Yeah. He's like, "I'm buff and I lift weights every."
And then he's like, I'll text it to you later.
Because he's like scared because he knows he's gonna get caught, and he looks at her like, I
And
gotta
she hobbles away. She's like, ugh.
that cripple." Um. So she hobbles away. We get this scene where it's through the window. We're like watching them. um,
Who are these people?
yeah. They're talking. I can't remember what they're talking about to Zach, but you know, he's like insulting him, isn't he? He's like, "I gotta go." He's always like, "Oh, you're a nanny and a cocktail waitress or something like that." And he's like, "Yeah." Uh, so he's in the car and he like sends Shannon a message from Zach's phone, and it's like, "Hey, girl," or "Hey, sexy," or something like that. Yeah, "Hey, sexy," and Zach H has liked you.
I'm
She's like, "What the heck?"
here to
So
fix the bed.
yeah, and Marcel, I don't want you to fix the bed, and he's like,
I hate you. Get
yeah,
out of here.
but he's like, well, Lonnie said I should do it, and she's like, ah, fine.
Whatever Lonnie wants, I guess.
Yeah, so they go in there,
She's like
and
hobbling in there trying to get back to her computer.
yeah, she's doing the background checks. And then
I
she
like how
sees
he's starting to
something.
fix the bed, and he's like, oh, what you up to? And she's like, your background checked, and he's like, you son of a.
Yeah, so she also like her eyes get all big, and she's like, he's like, what's wrong? He's like, I'll do that later. But then he like runs over to the computer and opens it up, and he sees an article she was reading. It says the missing Manny found dead. So he took this guy's name, and I guess that was the guy he killed in the beginning, maybe. No, I think that was her
No,
ex.
yeah.
Um, so he just killed a random Manny at one point and took his ID. And she's like, and then he's like, I don't like when people get into my business. And then so they start fighting, takes the crutch away from her. She's like, no. And then he throws her on the bed
And
and he
closes the
smushes her.
Murphy bed.
He smushes her, Jared. Did this work in real?
There's no way.
He just kind of suffocates her with it.
You can see there's plenty of room. You wouldn't suffocate.
Well, he's got those big muscles, Jared. We saw him lifting weights. So poor Mercedes been
This is probably the
squashed
worst kill I've ever seen in
in a
movies.
movie. This got to be number. This has got to be in the
Just put
top
her
10.
away. Just put her in the wall.
Then he goes to her computer. It's so dumb because he goes to the computer to like clear the evidence, right? But he takes off his glove and uses his fingerprints, and I'm like, you're a stupid Manny. You're terrible at your villain job. So he clears the data. He also emails or texts her to say that he can't come tonight, so it looks like he was never there. Uh, she calls. She's like, "Where is she?" Um, I don't think this is where she calls. Shannon
No.
shows up, and she's like rude to her because she thought that she blew off her babysitting to go on a date, and she's like, "Oh, I heard you were on a date," and she's like, "What are you talking about? I've been sick for days."
I've been on the toilet for days. Just
And she's like, I. So she gets all mad at her, and she's like, "I'm just looking out for you." And she's like, "Oh, your
she's like, your
boyfriend,
man is on
yeah,
this site.
on this website texting me." So she's like, "See you later, neighbor," and I guess that ends the friendship. And so she calls Zach, and Zach's like, "It wasn't me. I could prove it. I
He's like,
swear it
I'm not
wasn't
on
me.
any sites. That's
Yeah,
obviously a fake.
it's
And she's like,
obviously
oh, fake. Come on, Zach. Come
it,
on.
yeah, the internet lying.
And
That's
he's like,
impossible."
it's actually easy to do. And to which I'd be like, well, how do you know that? How do you know that, Zach?
Because I've done it before. Fraud on the internet? You got to be kidding me. So she goes to bed, and then one of the security cams picks up this guy outside her house, and she calls the
An
police.
unknown assailant we've never seen before just comes and
Yeah.
starts to burglarize their house.
So she calls the police, but then there's police lights, but Morgan's the one that shows up, not the police. He's like, "Oh my goodness."
They finished their investigation.
I guess so. So he's like, I'll
And then she
stay.
says, "Oh, because he's like, how's Jalen?" And she's like, He slept through the whole thing. And I was like, he slept through the whole police
Yeah.
procedure?
All the cops coming in and stuff. So he's like, I will stay with you. So they're having breakfast. It's like
She makes
Swedish.
breakfast for once.
Yeah, and it's like Swedish pancakes or something like that.
I don't know what that is. Did
It
she
looks
mean
like
like
a
a Stroop
tortilla. It
waffle?
looks like a tortilla with, yeah, maybe. Uh, it's like a tortilla, and they start spreading eggs on it or something like that. I can't remember what the kid says. Something. Daring comes in. He's like, "Oh, you're here, handsome man."
And he's like, yes, I am, other man.
He's like, "Dang it, you're handsome."
And he's like, yeah, I know. Oh yeah,
Darren.
the kid's like, you stink
Oh yeah,
to the dad.
yeah, your smell.
And she's like, are you smoking again? And he's
Dar-
like, good morning would be nice. And he's like, but yes, I guess.
Darren's here to take him to the zoo. The kid to the zoo, or the Manny. I don't know.
He hopes.
So he took his jacket and he like reached in and he grabbed the lighter out of the jacket. Texting Mercedes still because they're supposed to, go over the math and she's still not here.
Over the math.
Over the math. Manny gets the evil plan to put the
He just
lighter.
plants it like right on the.
I know on the bed on the
Even
pillow.
if he did find it and stole it, he wouldn't put it right on the bed.
Yeah, put it under the pillow or something.
Come,
Uh,
this guy's terrible at his
he is. He's not
evil
very
life.
good. He's a terrible evil guy. So he puts the evidence to frame Darren. And then he goes over the math
He's
and
like,
he's like,
I did the books because I'm a Manny and I can do whatever.
yeah, apparently he did the books for his mom's bakery. And she's like, you didn't tell me she owned a bakery. And he's like, yeah. So he did the books and they're great. And she's like, well, Mercedes not here, but I wanted to film. And he's like, we can do it together. She's
We
like,
can shoot
ooh.
right now.
They start making googly eyes at each other.
She's like, you put on my apron.
He's like, I put that apron
The
on.
worst sexy talk.
So
It's like
they,
on Smiling Friends with Charlie's like, where the mustard packet's like, you like to have fun? He's like,
I
yeah, I
just
like to
said
have fun.
that. I just said I did. um, so Mercedes, or not Mercedes, Lana goes over to Mercedes' house because she's not answering. Why does she have her key?
They're best friends.
I could see Mercedes having her key because she's the boss, but why would you
They
have your
probably both have a copy of each other's keys. They're best friends. Why
damn
did this bed not fall onto her? This tiny lady who just.
and Mercedes in there drowning in a pool of after stuff and I don't know, but it was just weird that she had her key. They're not friends. That's her employee.
They've said that they were friends, that they're friends. She's just a friend that became her like producer or like
Don't be
assistant.
awkward. Be my assistant, friend.
Well, has she been professional with any other kind of?
She does not know how to balance professionalism. This was funny. She gets home from
Oh,
whatever.
with Zach,
And
he's
Zach
like,
pops up.
"It's
Boom!
me."
She's like, oh my
He does it in the creepiest way. He's
god.
like,
It's like, it's me,
"It's
it's
just me."
me. She's like, oh no.
She's like, "I don't have time for this. I am not in the mood right now."
Yeah. Does he tell about Manny yet? That he's looking into him?
I don't think so.
No, no. This is the part where he's like, "Hey, they faked my account,
Yeah.
and I'll show you how. All the pictures are from my social media, and then I'm having my guy look into who did it because he has a guy just like what's his name in the last movie. Um, so she's like, "Oh, okay," and then they hug, and somehow that ends up with them in bed. She
Yeah, that's
just,
weird because she's like, "Oh, what's her name died?" And he's like, "Oh,
yeah.
dang!" And then they just
He,
sleep together, and I was
he takes advantage of.
like,
She's like, oh, my best friend died. Okay, let's sleep together.
"It's
You know
fine.
what'll fix that?
It's fine. He's the boss."
I guess so. Man, she's a terrible one.
And he
But
has a cat. he has a camera in this potted plant that is not covered at all. The plants are like this.
Yeah.
You can see the camera. I was like, geez, he didn't even try with this. And
So he's
it's right in front of her bed, so there's no way they didn't see it.
you
And
knew
he's just
exactly what
watching
his
the
son
love
was.
making, and he's just
Yeah.
like, ugh.
He watched the whole thing, but he wasn't happy.
And he's just right there with like a glass of milk, just like, ugh.
So it's the morning, and the Manny has made them eggs Benedict. He finally shows off that he can make some meat because the whole time he's been making
Well, Tubi
pastries.
doesn't like meat, remember?
Yeah, to me that's not like meat, but he made some eggs for
There's like
them.
no hollandaise sauce.
I know it's just eggs. And then Zach comes in and he's like, "Oh, a Manny and a cook or something." Oh, she came in first and they hugged.
Yeah.
And he's like, okay.
Oh, she's like, um, Mercedes is gone, and he's like,
Oh,
she quit,
yeah, she
and then she's
quit.
like, no, she's gone. And it's like,
Where'd she go? She's dead.
and he's
uh,
like, I would have made more eggs Benedict, but I didn't know you were
you were
here.
here. Like, yeah, you were watching us. I know you were. No. What does he say? He says something.
He tries to get to know him. He's like, why are
Yeah.
you a Manny? And he's like, because you're my mom or something like that. And he's like,
He's like, I'm gonna be around a lot, so I might as well get to know you. And he's like,
what triggers him? He says something about his mom,
mm-hmm.
or like, were you close? And then he like zones out, and he's like, are you okay?
Yeah, he's like, how did you know about that? And he's like, oh, Lonnie told me that it happened just like a year ago or something like that, or not
Yeah.
too long ago. But it had to happen when he was a little kid, right? So I
Yeah,
was
yeah. And
confused.
then he says like it happened.
Yeah, he says like
I saw
5
my
years or
mom
something.
died when I was like 5 or something like that.
Yeah, so that made no sense to me. I was like all confused. Um, and then Lonnie finds the lighter, and she's like, "Manny, how did this happen?" He's like, "I don't know. Maybe Darren dropped it when he was here, but he didn't because he went with the kid. He never went in that room."
Well, he could have dropped it in the house, and then the kids saw it.
Oh, and
And,
the kid picked
like,
it up and put it on his
yeah,
pillow. Um, so she's on the phone calling Darren, and he's like, "Hey, what's Morgan's last name?" And she's like, "Just shut up." And so, but he sees it on the fridge, so he's gonna get his guy working on it, and they need some brown
this
sugar.
famous YouTube guy or Tubi guy that
Well,
all
what if
the
it was the
characters
same
know.
guy? They need some brown sugar and flour, Jared. They're running
Because he's baking it every day. They're probably out.
out. So Zach heads over to the Manny's apartment, and
He's like, why am I in an alleyway, dude?
he finds the Manny's notes, so we can get some we get some
Fettuccine Alfredo.
yeah we can get some information. So he got her favorite food, which is crostini. She loves bread, I guess. Hummus and
And
carrots,
Zach's like, vanilla pudding.
vanilla
Oh my
pudding.
God.
He's like, she and crab legs, just like crab legs. And then it's like a little kid. It
Did he misspell
compliments,
crab?
I guess. So he's like, he picked crab legs. And it's like a little kid. He writes compliments that Lon gave me. So she likes my cooking. I'm so good with Jalen, and something about being a baker. And then he finds the other notebook of
This
the other
idiot with all
victims.
his evidence.
I know. He's like, this is
Why does it
suspicious.
look like the pictures are put on the notebooks after production?
Because
Like after shooting?
they were, Jared, they were.
Why though? Why wouldn't they just put a picture on there?
I don't know. So, and then he sees a picture of the mom, um, and it says that she died in 2006. So it was a while ago. We also find out that his name is actually Nate Nathaniel, and it was a good friend. So
Oh my God, I laughed so hard when they started. It's like two little kids.
Morgan comes in. He's like, "What are you doing here?" And he's like, "You know, whatever. I don't remember what he said. Whatever I want, Nathaniel. And then they start fighting, and
He's
it's
like,
like
"You're sick. You need help."
they're fighting. Yeah, they're fighting like nipple
And he's
twisting,
like,
and
"You're a jerk face." And he's like, "You smell."
he's like, I'm protecting him from people like you.
And he's like,
And
"Eh." And then he's like, "Eh."
they start pushing and doing purple nurples to each other. And then he gets them in the good old fashioned
And he's
sleeper
like, "Go to
hold.
sleep, go to sleep."
And that's the end of Zach. Oh, and then he texts Lonnie. He's like, you know what? I don't like that kid. I always want to be number one.
I know we just slept together, but I just
Yeah.
hate that kid.
I really don't like that kid. um, Lonnie calls Shanny, but Shannon's like, nope.
Denied.
hmm There she's with her pitcher of
That's not a
beer.
smoothie. All
Yeah,
she can eat is smoothies. That's a lie, Shannon.
drinking her pitcher of beer. Well, the smoothie diet didn't work out, Jared. She got sick the first
Yeah.
day. So she's on to the pitcher of beer diet.
Ice and beer? That's disgusting.
That's how she rolls, baby. Um, so Manny comes home and she's like, "No one likes me
Uh,
anymore."
Everyone hates me.
And he's like, "Well, I'm here for you." And
I don't hate you.
he starts like rubbing on her,
Grabs her thigh and is like, what the?
and they start smooching, and she can't get this boss thing down, man. She doesn't know what to do with bosses.
He also said this would never happen again, and it happened
It
again.
happened pretty soon.
And
So
she
she
woke up
wakes his.
with a face like, oh crap.
She's like, "Oh, dang it! Why am I
I
so
did it
bad at this?
again.
Why am I so bad at this?"
And then she looks at the bracelet finally.
And she's like, "Cross? His name's Washington." And then she gets a text from someone named
How
Rebecca.
how did Rebecca get her number?
I don't know. She saw her on YouTube and somehow got her number. And she's like, "Hey, is he in there?" And she's like, "Yeah, he's right here." And she's like,
And
"Oh, I can't talk to you."
she's like, oh, never mind. I don't want to be associated with you.
Yeah, oh, I
You
can't
reached
talk.
out to me.
I know. What the heck is wrong with this lady? Um, so the man he's like, "Hey, I made breakfast or whatever." She's always making breakfast, and he's like,
He's like shooting mustard on a sandwich
"Yeah,
and like, um, she's like, I gotta pick up Jalen. And he's like, silly. He doesn't get off for another hour, and she just
yeah,
runs.
yeah." She runs.
And he's
She's
like,
like, "Silly, it's noon. What are you doing?" So she runs to Rebecca's house. She's like, "Hey, what's up with Manny?" He's like, so she gives him the whole deal. She's like, "Isn't it kind of weird that you're divorced and I'm divorced and I have a kid and you have a kid
we look the same.
and we both, you know,
Were we both seduced by his half-naked
yeah,
bod?
isn't that weird?" So she's like, "Oh, she calls Darren at this point, right?" And she's like, "Dude,
Yeah.
you gotta come over
Get to the
here."
house. The man, he's crazy.
So she runs back home.
Oh, no, she doesn't give an explanation.
Yeah,
She's
she
like,
just like,
just meet me at the house.
"Get over here if you love me" or something.
Dang.
Uh, so she's like packing up. She's gonna pack up
Look at
Jalen.
this. How do you not notice this for days?
Maybe she liked it. Okay.
Look, her bag's right there, her little handbag.
I don't- she's not an observant person, Jared. Or she has that kind of fetish that she likes to show off or something.
And
Manny
then he
shows up.
brings yellow roses. What
I
the heck?
know, and he's like, "Hey, what's going on?" And she's like, You're fired. You got to get out of here."
You're a sick freak, dude.
And Darren even shows up, and he's like, "You heard the woman. Get out
Get
of
out
here."
of here.
So
You
he's like,
beautiful, sexy man,
"Yeah."
just leave.
He's like, I'm so disappointed in you, you sexy guy."
No one wants your gorgeous body here. Come on.
So Manny leaves all confused and mad. And she's like, "Dude, you told me this was gonna happen." He's like, "No, I just said that he was so handsome."
I just was lost in his eyes.
Yeah, I'm so seduced by him.
I don't know how you're with him so long and we're just seduced instantly.
So they decide to go to the cabin because they got to shoot that. It's weird. She got the job, right? She got that contract.
Hmm.
But the business told her that she has to go film somewhere that's not her house. And they don't like send production or anything to help her. They're just like, you go find a place and film. It's like, what kind of contract is that? You got robbed, lady. So they decide to go to the cabin. I don't know what that sign says. I can't. It's new field. I don't know. Um, and so they're talking. He's like, I put Jalen to bed. It took me like an hour. And then she's like, okay, well, I'm gonna go to sleep. And he's like, okay, I'll sleep here on the couch, just like being married.
Just
Ah,
like the old days. Hi,
yeah.
yeah.
And he's like, oh shoot, totally blew that one. Because she's like, ugh. So he goes outside because he's cold. So grabs a piece of wood, looks around because
All the wood Jalen chopped early, or not Jalen,
yeah,
Morgan
Morgan
chopped.
with his bod. Um,
And he just like smells the wood. He's like, Morgan,
ooh, we're
sex
seduced again.
ray.
And he gets like a tingle, I guess. So he looks around. He's like, Morgan, is that you?
My Morgan senses are tingling.
It is Morgan, but you didn't see him.
Look at his face.
He looks like a chipmunk. um, so she goes to shoot, and this is
The new
Sam.
Zach.
Yeah, this is new Zach. His name's Sam. He's like, I'm Sam. And he's like, no one's heard from Zach. He's just like disappeared. And she's like, oh, that's kind of weird.
No, he's take. They said we assume they took personal days,
Yeah.
and he's
And,
like, "Oh, so Zach was looking into this
and he
and
gives
decided it
her the
was for you."
file.
Yeah,
Yeah. And she opens it up and missing Manny, Morgan Washington. She's, oh no.
he's like, "Oh, shh."
And then she thinks about the mom's name. Yeah, she Googles the mom's name. She calls the guy. Oh, I don't get out of this. She calls the guy. Remember that guy from the beginning, the doctor who she
Oh
got the
yeah.
reference from? She calls him. He's like, weird question. Is Morgan a white guy? And he's like, yeah,
Last
last
time I
time.
checked, duh, idiot.
He's like, oh shoot.
Oh God.
so she so meanwhile Darren's like sitting down, just chilling, and
And
Morgan
more of Morgan's light, stupid weights.
his lady smacks him in the head with it. That takes out
Also, later on, we see Darren again, and he says my
oh
leg's broken.
yeah. So I guess he hit him in the head and then on the leg.
And they just like start wailing on his leg. And
Um
this little idiot, he's like cutting onions.
so Lonnie comes in and like, what are you doing? And she's like, we're
He's
making
teaching me how to
spaghetti.
make spaghetti.
And she's like, dude, you gotta go. And he's like,
He's
Jalen
like, "Do I
can.
gotta go?"
And yeah, he's gonna pour the
Yeah.
pot of water on him. So finally she gets
Just like Dylan.
so he turns her around to do something. She smacks him with like just her hand. And it's like I don't know
No,
how
there
that
was
did.
something in there.
It looked like she grabbed something, but then the next scene there was like nothing in there. I don't know. Maybe it was just a mistake. She
Because the
tells,
stupid little idiot kid just cut his hand cutting
"Oh
onions.
yeah, he cut his hand." So she tells Jalen to run, and she smacks him on the head with something. And then she throws boiling water at him, and that barely stops him. He's just like, "Ow!" And then he's okay. um, she sees Darren, and he's like, "Bro, my leg's broken."
My crush killed me.
But he's still handsome.
He did it so handsomely.
So he ran out. She runs outside, and
Is this
she.
walking stick? And like, do
It's,
do you have a walking stick? Do they
I
have
do
these
have a
sharp
walking.
edges?
No, it's blunt.
Well, he like takes off the little
Mine
like
has the little
oh.
things
Is
too,
it
but they're
sharp under there?
no, they're blunt. But somehow he cuts this because I thought that was a pin. I was like, why does he have a pin? And like an old style ink pen, but it's the walking stick. So he lays a trap for Lonnie. He cuts himself and he puts some blood on the ground, and she's like,
He's
"Oh
like the
no!"
predator for a second, dude. He's like
Yeah, she's like, "Oh no, Jalen's bleeding out," and he's like, "Ah, remember
And in
me?"
that movies, they never understand the element of surprise because he's like, haha, got you.
And she's like, "What?" So he jumps down,
She
and
kicks him in the balls
she
first.
kicks him in the balls. She gets the hiking stick, and she
It
stabs.
goes that far into him. I don't think he would die from this, but it's like right there in the like
I mean, it
the
would
gut.
hurt really bad,
It
but
would
you'd probably
hurt.
just roll off.
He
It
wouldn't
wouldn't
die though.
penetrate.
You'd have to
Yeah.
like go.
Like I said, they're not sharp. So she stabs him, and he's gone, man. He's like, he doesn't even have last words, I don't think, does
Yeah, he
he?
does.
What does he say?
He said
Oh, yeah.
something about his mom and like
Yeah.
how we could have been a real family. And she's like,
Mhm.
"Get off me!"
So the Manny has passed. So we cut to the future, or a couple days later, and this is Gabby, and she's like, "Oh, I was a nanny for a rich or a star, but I can't tell you who the celebrity is, but I can if I want to." And
If
she's
you
like,
ask me really nice, I'll tell you.
"Nah,
I don't care.
I don't care." And then she brings up, no, she says something. She says like, "I'll make Jalen my number one," and she's like, "What did you say?"
And she's like rips the little
Yeah, she's like, "What part?"
resume.
She's like, "You gotta get out of here." And then she throws. Oh no, she has a flashback to the man he goes. Look at the man he goes. Still handsome.
She's still like, oh man, he's so
Yeah, I
hot.
know. Oh dang, he was so hot. And she throws away the application. Says she can't get a nanny. It's just.
It'd be funny if it was just like images of him in his boxers.
Uh, she makes a weird face. Like, no, that's not happening. Maybe she's gonna try a man again, Jared.
I
No,
don't understand why she needs a nanny. Like, you can take Jalen to these shoots. It's like
she.
you don't
I
have a
know.
job where you can't have a kid.
Well, maybe now that she signed the contract, they don't want the kid on the show anymore. I don't know.
He's like a star in the show.
She don't have Mercedes anymore either. She needs help. Where's Darren? Did Darren make it?
I don't know. He's probably dead. He's probably
Did
moved on to some new guy.
that broken leg take him
New
out?
Zach.
New Zach. Oh, Sam?
Well, Darren died of a broken heart because he got hit by
Oh, yeah, his crush.
Morgan.
He's like, dang it. It was
Can't live
beauty that.
without you, Morgan.
He's like, beauty that killed the beast. So that's it. That's the Manny. What'd you think, Jared?
It's pretty good, but this I was saying this before we started recording this. They're all starting to feel the same.
Yeah.
They all have the same story.
They all start taking the same shape.
Dylan, the stepmother, now the Manny. They all
It,
just want a real family, but
yeah, it's like
no one wants to give them that real
they're
family.
shooting from the same playbook. You can always tell when it's about to be the end. You're like, oh, this is the end game. Yeah, this
I was
one
just
wasn't
disappointed in
great.
Morgan because he's a terrible liar.
It's weird. The older Tubi movies are shot where it looks like super bright and like I don't know, kind of soap opera-ish style. And then the newer ones, they're like, hey, let's put filters on everything, so everything's like a little darker and stuff like that. So that's what I was noticing. But yeah, the Manny. I don't think he'll be back.
He should have taken it slower and
You
then
should take it slower, dude. Take it. I mean, that's one thing I didn't like about this movie is it made me feel bad because I was having bad thoughts about how he could get away with this stuff. But
dude, the whole time I was like, that's dumb. You could have done that. And I was like,
I know. Shame on you, movie.
you could have infiltrated without like abruption or like without any
You
like
could
kind
have
of
made
like
yourself part of the family
yeah.
if you weren't so jealous of Zach the whole time. But that was the Manny. So, what should you eat if you watch the Manny at home? You should have Lonnie's favorite chicken fettuccine Alfredo.
24 grams of protein?
Oh, yeah, man, from Boston Market. There you go. All right. So next time we're gonna catch the first Tubi original to come out in 2026. That is Broken Bonds.
Lady cops?
No, they're
Oh,
something about waitresses that find some cash.
the heck?
So maybe a different plot this time, Jared.
I really want a Avengers style movie with all the
You just
like
want
the
all the
Manny,
Tubi.
Dylan.
Only in our dreams, I guess. If you like these cheesy, corny movies, Please help us out by subscribing to the channel, throwing us some likes, commenting on the film. And we are going to catch you next time. So notify yourself for even more good stuff to come on It Came from Tubi. Bye.